all that process, that relationship of change, learning and growth is part of the big evolution of life. Some people say that the reason we are having such a powerful and potentially devastating effect on the planet is that the human being is in some sense not just a human being with an individual choice, but is actually a blind force of nature. That the age that we're in is shifting to the Anthropocene, where we are changing the shape, the form, the climate, the nature of the planet itself. And that in a way that we are caught up in the evolutionary process of the planet becoming whatever it is becoming over time, in a process of unfolding that began long before we entered it and may continue long after we are no longer the, shall we say, the pinnacle of creation as we hold ourselves to be far too often. Unfolding is the big picture. And in the big picture, those who are thinking about humanity as a planetary force, when they look at our deep history, they say we are addictive creatures. We're addicted to different kinds of intoxicants, but also to things like consumption, and that our challenge is to deal with the nature of our own addictions as a species. So unfolding touches the very large process, but it also touches what Anna was talking about when she mentioned the power and the importance of now. Because unfolding is not only the evolution of the cosmos, but the drip, drip, which brings us each moment to something different in the becoming of our own lives personally and in the lives of the planet. So in the coaching conversation, to come back from these bigger vistas, we're often dealing with an impasse, a challenge, something that is unresolved or unrealized. And the main thing that arises within the coaching conversation is an insight, a shift in the relationship of both coach and client with what was thought to be difficult or not possible to a way in which it can be understood, can be felt, and can be seen as opening to a pathway to something fresh and new. That relationship, that shift between the impasse and the insight depends upon innocence. And there's a nice resonance in that word innocence, because in one way it says it requires an inner sense. And it's in silence that you hear that inner sense. And in another sense, it can also be heard as in no sense. That which is meaningful appears in our life when we stop long enough to receive something from the deeper consciousness within us, from the space of unknowing.